Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you for coming to view this, the first podcast. My name's Bryce. On TikTok, I'm That Canadian Mullet. And this is my new podcast I'm starting. So it's going to be a bit rough, I think, for the first one, maybe the first few. It's a sketchy fucking setup I got here. I got my fucking phone on a box, and that's about it. Obviously, if this whole thing takes off a bit, then we'll get some more equipment and make it a bit better of a setup. But if I'm not fucking doing shit with this, there's no point in going and buying a couple $100 worth of equipment. So without further ado, I guess I'll fucking get into it. Like I said, I'm Bryson, That Canadian Mullet on TikTok, on Instagram as well. I think I'm gonna make that on my YouTube here too. Hopefully I can get this onto Spotify, so if you guys are listening, I'm sorry for the audio first off. So I'm not sure that's gonna come through. But second off, hopefully I can get it on Spotify, it'd be nice. I'm not very fucking smart when it comes to computers, so I'm trying to figure out how to get this whole system to work. So name of the podcast is gonna be the Morningwood podcast. So I've been thinking about it for the past 2 years to create a podcast, and I'm finally pulling the trigger on it. I wanna get something going, so this is it. It's time. I finally got a big enough following on TikTok, I think, that I can kind of maybe blow up a podcast a tiny bit, get something moving for it. But anyways, so the game plan kind of for this podcast is just going to be talk for the boys, really. Support the boys, answer fucking questions, have people send me shit to talk about, stuff like that, and go from there with that. See what kind of people I can get in here for people to talk to. It's kind of hard right now with the whole fucking COVID bullshit, getting people to come in and try to maybe do a podcast with a few others, but later I'll be talking about the podcast with me moving. It might make it a bit easier. So the game plan, I'll just be talking about guy shit, really. I mean, if you're a girl listening to this, I mean, sorry for you already. But yeah, I'll just be talking about sex shit, stuff like that, fucking guy jokes, what I think guys should be doing nowadays, how dumb people are, nowadays, people from fucking Toronto, city kids, really, talking shit about them a lot, talking a lot of shit about retards. That's that. Hopefully this one I think I'm gonna be releasing on Friday, but I'm gonna be aiming to release every podcast I do on Mondays. Start your week off pretty good, I think. And that's kind of the plan for that. Sorry, I'm just trying to think. I'm really not fucking prepared for this. I finally worked up the courage to fucking sit down here for a couple minutes and do a video. I'm hoping, when I'm starting off, I'm probably not going to be getting too much further than half hour, 45 minutes into these, but it'd be nice to get upwards of an hour if I can get this thing actually kind of moving a bit, get a few people on here to talk to, get a few drinks flowing, the good shit. So that's that. That's kind of the intro to this thing. Hopefully soon I'll be doing something a bit different than just sitting on my fucking sofa here with a coffee table, a box, and my fucking camera phone. But it's what I got for now, so you gotta work with it. So I'm moving to Alberta. That's if you guys follow me on TikTok or know the first thing about me, I'm stuck in Ontario and it fucking sucks. I hate it here, hate everything about it. Yes, we got pretty good fucking lake fishing here, and I got a pretty good group of friends here, but it's time to start life elsewhere, I think. So I worked out there before for 1.5 years for Halliburton Frac, and then moved off to a trucking company for a while. So there was that, but then it just, it wasn't the right time in life to be doing that. I was only 18 years old, and I cared more about shoving shit up my nose and drinking as much fucking liquor as humanly possible and fucking as many broads and hookers as I could. So it wasn't the right time then. Now I've settled down now. Life makes a bit more sense now. I'm not gonna be shoving shit up my nose. I'll definitely be drinking as much liquor as humanly fucking possible, because it's life. It's awesome. And then no more hookers. A lot of fucking money wasted there. And I'll be telling stories about that on here too. I got fucking couple thousand stories of that kind of shit that I'll be telling people here. So I'll be moving out there. I haven't found a place or anything like that yet. I'll be flying back in 20 on, 10 off, be coming back here. But I will be out there, so when shit comes up, like if I can get a fucking interview lined up with, like, for instance, one of my good buddies, or my favorite bands out there, really, Wilder. They're pretty good shit. Hopefully I can line a podcast up with them sooner or later, and if it works out like that, then I'll stay out there for my fucking 10 days off and get a few fucking interviews in, a few beers with some boys and shit like that. Maybe see if I can get some bigger the TikTokers out there, like Ethan Bangs or Toothless Lucas downtown. You know all those fucking big TikTokers from Alberta anyways. See if I can get any of them out here on a podcast one day if it blows up. What else is there? So that's kind of like the fucking intro to what I'm doing here, is just moving to Alberta. Just been busy packing for the past few days, getting all the fucking online training shit done. Fucking 36 hours of fucking training. And I had to watch a stupid fucking video about bears for 3 hours. Like, we fucking know about bears. And I just took my ticket literally expired fucking a month and a half ago for it too, which pissed me off. But yeah, I spent about 36 hours doing fucking online training for shit just to renew it and whatnot. But I guess it's what you gotta do. Sucked though, fucking sucked. So I'm not the kind of guy where I can sit in front of a computer for hours on end and whatnot. That's why I work in the fucking oil patch farm. No reason to be a fucking desk jockey for me. Yeah, so that's that. Moving to Alberta. I'm from Ontario, like I said before. A small town called Elmville, just north of Barrie, Ontario. It's pretty good shit here. Good group of guys here. Everybody here fucking drinks like nobody's business, and they work their fucking 13, 14 hours a day, and after that get fucking plastered. Pardon me, and that's a good way to be. I like these small towns like that. I'm grateful for all the friends I've made here, and I'm grateful for everything I've fucking done with them, learned from them. But yeah, it's time to move on elsewhere. Ontario's just not it for me. The wage isn't there. And the fucking demographic of people here just ain't it. Not that I'm fucking racist by any fucking means. I mean, I do have a dark sense of humor, but I'm not fucking racist. But I'm not a big fan of all these people that don't speak English moving into this area. They're just building this small town up like nobody's business. They're just stacking houses on top of houses, and it's gone from like 2,000 people to fucking close to 5,000 in the past 2 years. So it's just growing, and it's a bunch of fucking people that don't speak a lick of English taking up the fucking bar stools and shit like that. It's only a matter of time until I get my ass in trouble with it. So there's that too. But yeah, that's it's a bit about my life here. Sorry, I literally fucking wrote down some topics on a piece of paper and called it a fucking day with that. So I guess this will be more of like I'm gonna try to make it every other podcast I do be an interview with somebody maybe, or talk to somebody or whatnot. Like try to do it that way, even if it's over the computer with them. Because I find like the podcasts that I watch anyways, if they do a lot of interviews, it gets kind of like, it's cool, but when you don't know the fucking person, it's like, well, I'm not gonna listen to that because it's kind of fucking boring. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Even if you do listen to it, it's not as good as you'd like it to fucking be. So hopefully I'll be doing it that way. I mean, I'm sure, I don't expect this podcast to get more than 10 views on it, so I think I'm pre-planning a bit too fucking high for now, but we'll see how it works out. Like, time will fucking tell. It's the best way to tell what's gonna happen is time, right? But here's a good fucking story for you guys. I want to throw one story in for this one, this first one. So last week I went up to my buddy's place there. He lives in Sudbury, and if you're not from this area, you know, it's about 3 hours to Sudbury from where I live. So Sudbury's a mining town. It's really big for its mining. I don't want to fuck it up, but I think they do a lot of coal and gold up there, but I could be fucking shooting in the dark with it. But it's a huge fucking mining town anyways. It's a bit of a shithole past that. It's like every other fucking town in the world, I guess. It has its pros and fucking cons, but, so anyways, besides that fucking point, we headed up that way for his birthday, because COVID here, fucking golf courses were closed, for his birthday anyways, golf courses were fucking closed, restaurants were closed, and, couldn't make our way up there. So once COVID finally fucked off and the golf course is open, so that's kind of our thing, and then we go fucking golfing all the time. So made it our way up there, and we get maybe fucking 45 minutes in, and I get hungry, and so I'm looking around for fucking food, and I found this poutine stand. So I'm like, fuck, go for some poutine. That wouldn't be too bad. So I grabbed some poutine from this stand. We get going up the fucking road. Not even half an hour later, my stomach's just fucking bubbling. Like I'm in fucking trouble here. So we stop at this fucking trading post in French River, and their fucking shitters aren't open. Their fucking bathrooms aren't open. I'm fucking like, I'm holding my stomach, finger in the asshole, running across the parking lot situation, right? So I'm freaking out. So the lady literally, instead of fucking, sorry, bathrooms are closed, she hands me fucking 10 napkins. Like, what am I gonna do with that? Well, make do, I guess. Okay. So I'm looking for a spot to shit, and I notice we're alongside this fucking construction zone. Take my ass out of this fucking car, and I'm like, when I say I'm running, finger in the ass, legs are out fucking wide, I'm trying to fucking undo my belt while I'm running, zipping my fucking pants down, make it to this fucking porta shitter, and I fucking trip getting into the cocksucker, and my face nails the back of this fucking toilet seat, and you're just, at that point, you're looking right down into fucking Poseidon's mess. You're not having a good time looking at that fucking stew down there. But I was so fucking occupied on the fact that I had to drop this fucking poutine off at the pool that it didn't fucking really bother me at that point. But it was fucking 32 degrees or something like that out that day. And inside a porta shitter, if you guys know anything about going in those fucking things, they're not good in the heat. So I'm sitting there fucking, legs kicked right up against the fucking door, pretty much planking on this fucking shitter. Dropping a log, trying not to fucking die of heat stroke, and I just couldn't get out of the fucking thing. Whenever I was done, next thing I know, I'm fucking back in the thing. I think I was there for close to 45 minutes. But, yeah, that fucking sucked. Stopped at the next fucking gas station and got a bottle of Pepto and just downed the fucking thing like it's nobody's business. Like, I almost fucking thought about poking a hole in the bottom and just doing a quick shotgun with it because I had to fucking get it into me so fast. I was scared. I was really fucking scared of that one. Snuck up on me. But yeah, that's that fucking story. And that really fucking sucked. I'll tell you, I've never had, like, there's the occasional fucking scare on the road, but I've never had something like that. So that's definitely fucking something to remember. I had toilet paper with me, but the issue is when you're going up north there, like, they've got the fencing along so that the deer and the moose and whatnot can't run off onto the highway. So the ditch only goes down maybe fucking 6-7 feet, and then there's a fence that's close to fucking 12-13 feet tall. And I'm not a fucking big guy by any means, so I'm not ready to scale this fucking fence and try to hold a shit in it at the same fucking time. Like, it's just not gonna work. So it was definitely a fucking situation I don't want to catch myself in again, that's for fucking sure. But yeah, last night was alright though. They had a live band at the bar in town here. The first live show I've seen since before COVID hit. I seen Hardy there like 4 days before COVID, like they shut everything down for COVID here. So I was really happy to see a live band. It was nice. It was, just some fucking geezers from town here, but it was nice. It's change up. There's some fucking guy there though that was just creeping me the fuck out the whole time. I was leaning, like, there's all the old people had the fucking chairs and shit like that, and I was leaning up against the fence, which is no big fucking deal. I don't mind standing. But this guy kept fucking staring at me. And like, in a weird way too, like he just kept looking at me and he eyed me up and down once, and I was like, what the fuck is this guy sizing me up for? Looked like fucking Charles Manson, honestly. If you don't know who that looks like, he's one weird looking fuck. Like, this guy looked like the type of guy to walk through a forest and find a dead body. And before he calls the police, he's like, you know what? I might fuck it. Like, he's that kind of guy that's so down bad that he just fuck a dead body kind of thing. He scared the fuck out of me, like looking at me. I was like, what the fuck? So I got a few whiskey shots into me just in case shit went down and I needed to get my liquid courage in, but he ended up fucking off. Man, he was drinking like fucking daiquiris at like 9:30 p.m., which is the weirdest fucking thing. But I got right fucking booze bagged, I'll tell you what. I drank quite a few beers before I left there anyways, and then spent close to $150 there in about 4 hours, so I think I did alright. Cleaned up the show a bit, anywho. Wasn't walking straight going home by any fucking means. I was just looked like a snake trail, to be completely honest, walking home. I was fucking 3 sheets to the wind, fully fucking cut. And then fucking woke up this morning completely dressed in bed, which is, when you had a good fucking night when you get home and you're just completely fucking dressed the next morning. Like, you get home and you just crash onto the fucking bed. The next morning you wake up, you feel like you slept in the fucking, the desert all fucking night. Mouth is drier than fuck. Fully dressed. Still, like, even in the wintertime, the worst. Like, I was so bad for it in the wintertime. I'd come home, crash on my bed. I'd still be wearing my fucking winter boots and jacket, my fucking hat and mittens, whatever. Just out fucking cold on the bed. And I'd wake up at, 6 or 7 in the morning and it feels like I'm in the middle of the fucking desert. 45 degrees on me, like, just sweating up a fucking storm. I think you pissed yourself half the time. Not that I haven't. That's for another day fucking topic though. But yeah, you had a good fucking night either way when you hit the bed fully dressed. But to my surprise, I wasn't hungover this morning at all, which was nice. Can't complain about that. Yeah, so on that note, we'll fucking skip off a bit, off the fucking drinking, because I don't want to my stomach's still a bit upset. Like, I'm not hungover, my stomach's upset, so I don't quite want to stick to talking about drinking for a bit. Yeah, so I'll tell you a bit about what I'm planning. I really don't want to make this podcast too long, being my first one, because it's just going to be a bunch of fucking rambling, and I'm sure after the first 4 minutes, most of you guys have fucked off, so if you've made it this far, I'm very proud of you, because I'm a pretty irritable person to listen to, I think, for myself, anywho. Like, I'm just the dumbest fuck to try to talk to and listen to, so good for you if you made it this far. Yeah, so the future plan for this, like I mentioned before, get a lot of fucking get a lot of podcasts in. Fuck, if I can, I'll nail 2 out in a week and post them. And I don't think I'm gonna do it like everybody else with, fucking Patreon, pay me $4 to listen to my extra episodes. If I have like a really cool fucking interview, I might do something like that eventually if I get bigger, but I don't feel the need to fucking con somebody into money to listen to something at work. That's just not how I roll. I'm doing this for entertainment reasons, and realistically, just because I enjoy talking. I like to hear myself fucking talk, so I'm doing it for that reason, I think. But my biggest thing is I just want shit to talk about. Like, I've got a lot of stories, but I'd like to hear from you guys. Like, if you have a topic you want me to talk about, or if you have something to fucking tell me, or a funny fucking story, send me a message, man. Message me on Instagram. It'll be in the fucking link here or whatnot. I'll have all my information there, but yeah, feel free to send me a message or whatnot, and I'll talk about it. We'll discuss it on here. If it's a fucking funny one, if it's a not funny one, I don't care. But that's the thing, and hopefully, within the next few months here, I'll be starting a bit of stand-up too. I've got a huge set. Just before COVID happened, I had upwards of 10 minutes of content made, like jokes ready. I pretty much had them all down pat too. Like, I memorized them all. I was gonna go to a place in town there that does comedy, and then COVID hit, and I'm really glad it did, because I got reading my jokes and they were fucking horrible. They none of them would have fucking hit by any means. So I've kind of rebuilt a whole new set. So we'll see if that gets going. Again, I just finally got the balls to be able to sit in front of a camera and talk for more than fucking 15 minutes. So standing in front of people will be a bit different, I'm sure. I'm not sure how I'll do it that, but I'm trying to get out of my fucking circle. I'm trying to better myself, I guess, be more social with it. But yeah, so there's that. Anyways, so yeah, if you guys have like any discussion or any topic you want me to discuss, feel free to send that to me, and my DMs are always open to listen to topics like that, and I'll discuss it. And I tend to go on tangents a lot, so I'm sure that won't be a fucking issue with it. But yeah, besides that, I'm not too sure how far this podcast is going to make. It might make it 3 episodes, and I'll realize it's just not what it's supposed to be doing. I might not follow through with it anymore, and fuck, if it keeps going, then we'll keep on fucking trucking. Hopefully I'll get to drinking on this podcast quite a bit, and with the longer podcasts, like if I get going towards the hour ones, I can pound back a few beers within an hour, and that's when the fucking true comedy side of me comes out, I like to think. Well, I think that's most of us in this world. A few whiskeys and fucking half snapped. I think we all get pretty fucking funny in this world, so we'll see what we can't do with that. But for now, I thank you guys for listening. I think we're close to 20 minutes here or so. I don't want to take up too much of your time with this shitty fucking first podcast. And again, I'm sorry for the audio. It probably sounds like shit because I'm in this room and echoing all over the fucking place or whatnot. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to look into stuff to use for a podcast. If it gets going any further than where I'd like it to be, then I'll go out and buy a computer. Well, I have a computer, but it fucking doesn't work. So yeah, I'll go out and buy shit if it gets going and whatnot. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. Again, thanks. If you want to contact me, it'll be in there. It's that Canadian Mullet on Instagram or TikTok. Yeah. Anyways, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for listening to the Morningwood podcast.